Hello, I'm Linda from paperboutique.blogspot.com. Recently, I've received a number of emails asking me about SCAL and what it can do. So I thought I'd put together a short demonstration. Well, let's go ahead and open Sure Cuts a Lot, or SCAL for short. Sure Cuts a Lot is a software program that enables you to cut TrueType fonts, SVG files, images, and various shapes on your Cricut machine. The good news is it's available for Windows and Macintosh and costs $54.95. With the combination of using your fonts, you can import custom artwork and draw your own shapes. The possibilities are endless. Well, first I'd like to give you an overview of some of the features, and then I'll demonstrate how to cut and weld using some of your TrueType fonts. First of all, when you open SCAL, you'll get a virtual mat, which is very similar to the Gypsy or the Design Studio. And let me show you, you would go over to the documents and you can click here and adjust the size of the mat to 12 by 24, and let's go back. The other thing I want to show you is the tools over here. Every bar is a floating bar, so you can just move them. You can move them anywhere on the screen and adjust your workspace, and you can also save your workspace. So that's very, very popular. Let's just move tools over here. Next, you can change the orientation of your mat. If you noticed, it went from vertical, and we'll put it back at horizontal. The units of measurement I've used is inches, and the zoom is at 100%. You can zoom using these buttons here, or you can also zoom by using the view. Everything in Sure Cuts a Lot, there's 2 or 3 ways to do it. Well, let's pull this up. I want to show you just some of the fun features of Sure Cuts a Lot. Let's move this over here so you can really see it. I'm just stretching it down. With Sure Cuts a Lot too, you get a shapes library, and I'll click on all, and these are the shapes that are included. You get basic shapes, fall, spring, summer, etc. Well, let's go to spring. I'm really tired of working with winter, and I'll show you how this library works. You can also purchase SVG cuts. You can download tons of them, SVG files from the internet. But let me show you how it works. You just click on it. And the thing I like to do first is I always go over here and keep proportions. That way I can move this around, resize it. I'll make it a little larger for you. Now it's selected. I want to make a copy and show you just a really great feature. Then I'm going to click paste and move it over here. Now, one of my favorite features is under appearance, and we'll move this down. It says normal here. Well, you have the ability to go and make a shadow rounded, pointed, straight, blackout for any image in Sure Cuts a Lot. Go ahead and click shadow rounded and you go, oh my goodness, it's super large. Well, over here, I just will backspace and type in 0.20 using my keyboard and watch what happens. Then I'll move this. And you can see that is the exciting thing about Sure Cuts a Lot. I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. You can make shadows any size you want immediately, and they're proportional. Well, let me go ahead and delete this. One of the main reasons, and then I'll just put it down here for now, one of the main reasons people tend to buy Sure Cuts a Lot is for the fonts. And I want to make sure that I show you how to use the fonts. First, you'll click on this type tool, and then wherever your cursor is, that will be where it starts. There's a couple of different ways to add fonts. You can click here, and this will be all the fonts that are loaded on your computer, and believe me, you'll see I have a lot. And I'm just going to drop down, and I like this Hallmark font. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here. I've got it selected, and then I'm going to use the keyboard to type, but if you noticed, there's a font table here that you can type. You can make this larger and type, but I'm going to use my keyboard and just type the word love. Now I want to show you a couple of fun things. This is the select tool, so I'm going to select the word love. I'm going to go to object, I'm going to group it, and then I'm going to click proportions, remember, and I'm going to make it bigger so you can see what's going on. Now, let's just say we don't want to cut the letters out individually, that we want to weld them. Let me show you how simple it is. It's grouped. I'm going to click on Let's make it just a little bit smaller there. I'm going to click on Weld. Now I want to select each letter individually, so I can go back up to Object and ungroup it, or I can right-click and ungroup it. Now each object is independent. I'm using the arrow key on my computer. You can use the nudge keys up here just to select and nudge them so they're slightly overlapped. And that's how simple it is. You don't have, I'm using the nudge keys because I want to keep it in line. And then click away. And let's go up and look at preview. And you can see that it's gray there and welded. Well, now what I want to do, I'm going to show you I think the best feature of SureCuts-A-Lot. I'm going to go ahead and click Object. Well, whoops. I'm going to click Select. Sorry about that. We'll go ahead and click Select. Then right-click. And what I'm doing is grouping it again. So you can move it around and do whatever with it. Now, here comes the feature. I'm going to copy it, click over here, and hit Paste. And then I'm going to move it. Now, this is incredible. Remember when we went to Appearance before and went to Normal? Well, look here. We're going to go and do Shadow again. And look, instantly, you have the shadow, and it's perfect. If you want it bigger, you can make it the shadow bigger just by typing in something bigger than 1.0. It is an amazing, amazing program. I click on these, and then I'm using the delete key. On my computer, you can also use the delete key up here. What I also want to talk to you is how you import an SVG file. SVG.com has free files that they give away on a weekly basis, and we'll talk a little bit more about them. I have them saved to a directory, and here's a train. I don't know if some of you will recognize it. I'm going to click Keep Proportions. That's how easy it is. You can manipulate it. I'm going to go back to my file and click the top of the train, Open. And what you can do now is just move it around like you would on your Gypsy or your Design Studio. When you get it wherever you want it, you just click Cut. You have the ability to add a page with SureCuts-A-Lot, or you have the ability, much like the Gypsy, to add layers. Well, I've talked a lot about the files and the type, but I haven't begun to hit all of the wonderful features. So what I want to do now is just show you a great resource where you can go and learn a lot more. I'm going to click on my blog, and I have it bookmarked on my blog, or a favorite site. I love SVG Cuts. So let's go there. And this is part of SVG Blog. If you go to if you just go to svgcuts.com, you'll go to the store where you can buy oh my gosh, they're adorable kits for like $6.99 for a full set. But I want to show you the blog. This is the absolute best place to learn about SVG. You go up to the top to SVG 101, and Leo and Mary have done a tremendous job about doing a tutorial for every single function. If you want to know more about the object menu, which we didn't even touch on, and how to trace an image, bring in an image, a free clip art image, and make your own cut file. If you want to work with type, video, software preferences, welding, how to install software. What I did I'll go to older entries, is I not read their videos. I watched all of these videos, how to work with layers, before I decided if SureCuts-A-Lot was for me. So I highly, highly recommend this particular website. And remember, you can reach it by going to my blog. Let me go back here to SureCuts-A-Lot again. And then I'll show you, if you want to save it, you just go File, Save Project, and you can save it. And we really didn't touch upon all of these other tools, but we'll talk about that in our next video. Well, I would like to thank you for watching, and please visit me at my blog at paperboutique.blogspot.com for more projects and ideas. Bye-bye.